Political pollster Peter Wickham is of the view that the Team Unity government should be in no rush to call elections, as there is not a lot to be gained in an early election. In fact, Mr. Wickham believes elections will be called within 3 months before they are constitutionally due mid-2020.
To me, there's not a lot to be gained by going early because I feel that Labour Party is as ready as it will ever be. So you're not going to catch the Labour Party off guard by going early in the feeling that you will be able to have some strategic advantage, as was done with Prime Minister Brown in Antigua and Barbuda. I think it's a different scenario in St. Kitts and Nevis. So my feeling is that the Prime Minister will call an election probably within 3 months of the due date. And I think that under the circumstances, is a reasonable thing to do.
There have been speculations in some quarters that the Prime Minister, who has the sole prerogative to call an election, may call elections this year before they are constitutionally due in 2020. Several dates have been bandied about by the opposition, but to date, the Prime Minister or anyone in his government have not hinted to elections being called anytime soon. Mr. Wickham believes calling an early election would not be the best approach for the government.
There's no element of surprise really that he can capture, and I think that he should perhaps try to prove another point, which is that he has the capacity to stay up until the end. Because if he calls the election too early, there's going to be a feeling that he called the election because he had to, for one reason or another. In the beginning, we were told that the Harris administration could not make 100 days. We were next told it could not make 1 year. They've made it to the halfway mark. And I feel that it will now see itself as having an obligation to take it all the way up to the end. To prove essentially that, look, it is an administration that can stay together, it's a coalition that can hold together, and it's a coalition that can fight and probably win.
Prime Minister Dr. Timothy Harris was asked at his monthly press conference on Tuesday when one can expect elections to be called.
Mr. Prime Minister, do you have a date already in mind for the election? And is there a possibility that we can see an early election?
I have not yet begun to think about elections. I am thinking about continuing to serve the people, the poor in particular who need the health care. I'm waiting for our national health insurance scheme to be advanced further. And there are several other things that we have to do on behalf of the people. We are not anxious over an election because we know what the outcome will be. We have had 2 independent polls which have said that Team Unity is in good standing, and we believe our work continue to speak for itself and that we are in high favor with the people. So whether it come early or it comes and the exact date, which is somewhere in July or August of 2020, we know that we will win. So we continue to do the people's work. The people gave us a 5-year mandate, and we are looking after the people's business. We have time to make those determinations.
The opposition St. Kitts and Nevis Labour Party has been hosting several public meetings and announced their list of candidates for the next general election, indicating their readiness to contest the polls. The Labour Party has 3 seats in the National Assembly, while the Team Unity Coalition, comprising of 3 political parties from both islands, has 7. Andre Huey, SKN Newsline.